Our brain is constantly predicting, right? It's a prediction machine. And it's always asking, who am I in this moment? So with that information, and we know that Dr. Joe says, your personality creates your personal reality. This is something that Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about in all of his work. Spiritually, your identity is your frequency. So when you walk into the room and you're still this old version of yourself, everything will reflect the old version of you. And this will be how you feel, how you think, the energy you're giving off, the energy you're receiving, the way your brain is moving and thinking, and just everything about you will still consist of the old you, because that's the version you're still aligned to. That's the version you're still showing up as. However, on the other side, when you show up and you walk into the room as this new version of yourself, everything around you, your entire reality around you, reorganizes itself, and it reflects the new you. Your identity, your energy, the way people act towards you, the way you see this room will show up differently. So let's talk about detachment, the power of detachment. Detachment, a lot of people will think detachment, like when you're detached from something, you're very cold, you're standoffish, you act like there's not really anything intertwining with you. But really, in my eyes, detachment is confidence. It's knowing that you don't need to white knuckle things with life, anything in life, in order to get what's meant for you. So being detached is confidence, because it's like, I'm not going to white knuckle grip this in order to get what I want. It's like, I know I'm going to have it. I'm confident that I'll have it. So I don't need to have such a strong attachment to whatever it is I'm trying to align to. When you're detached from something, you stop chasing, you stop proving, and you stop performing. So you're not just out here going after it, being desperate for something. So if a new you is what you're wanting and you're so attached to the old you, you have to detach in order to step into that new version of you. But you don't want to be so attached to the new version of you. You need to align to it instead of chasing it, instead of trying to prove yourself that you're worthy of it, and instead of trying to perform like it's something that, you have to put on a show for. What really needs to happen is you need to start trusting. You need to start trusting in yourself and in the universe, that the quantum will bless you with this alignment. And this is what we've spoken about before, is when you do step into this new version of yourself and you're detached from this old version and you're not so attached to this new version, you're going to start acting as if it's already done, right? This is the trust component. This is the idea of I'm trusting. I'm trusting that I'm going to step forward, moving as my higher self, as the self that I want to be aligned to. I'm going to start acting and speaking and being just like this version of myself that I'm trying to align to. And I'm trusting that this is the path I'm taking, and I'm fully stepping into it without any attachments to the new version, and with the detachment from the old version of myself. You really need to think of this as alignment, okay? This is not, I don't consider this delusional, delulu, whatever you want to say. I consider this alignment, because when you're delusional with something, you're thinking, oh, it's not real, but I'm pretending like it's real. But when you're actually aligned to something, it's like, here's my frequency, here's where I need to be. My trajectory is going upwards because I need to get onto this path so that way we can be aligned together, right? So there's nothing delusional about it. Like, do you have to be a little delusional in order to tell yourself, I'm a millionaire, when you're having a hard time getting your bills together and paying your bills, or even having gas or whatever that situation is? Do you have to be a little delusional to tell yourself everything's going to be great? I'm stepping into this new version of myself. Maybe slightly, but see, that's where the shift has to come, because the alignment is the idea and the vibes you need to step into. It's what you need to really start to embody. Think about all the things that we've spoken about with the quantum. I think about my biggest thing here is that I want you, as someone watching this, I would like for you to understand that what you are is what you get, right? So let's be more love. Let's be more money. Let's be more happiness, more joy, more power, more presence, right? This is about stepping into that version of you that is so expansive and allows yourself to be blessed by so many amazing things. If if you're constantly finding new ways to regulate your nervous system and upgrade your identity, making sure you're in emotional coherence, which we've spoken about. So if any of these things don't make sense to you, I will link my playlist somewhere on the screen right here. And so you can go check these out and understand what I'm speaking about. But when you think about all these things, right, the quantum responds to this. It responds to your nervous system. So if it's dysregulated and it's not in a regulated state where you feel good and you feel safe in your body, then things are going to feel chaotic. It's going to feel just like you can't get a hold of life, right? Which then transfers over to this identity that, like, I'm so stressed out all the time. This is just who I am. But when you step into a new identity, you regulate your nervous system. You really get into emotional coherence where everything is kind of aligning to the same, right? Your heart, your brain, your nervous system, everything, your emotions, everything is in alignment. Your self-concept has now gone from, I'm somebody who's always late, who doesn't have money, who is always stressed out. I just don't even know what to do with myself. I never get anything for myself. Then if that is your self-concept, that's just who I am, then go ahead and be what you want to be. But if you are somebody who wants this shift and you want the change and you want to, have all these new blessings and manifest the life that you really desire and you really dream of, and you know that something is missing, then getting into emotional coherence, understanding that your identity means everything, understanding that you can regulate your nervous system no matter what anybody else out there says. It's literal biology. It's in charge of so many things. So when you're regulated and you feel safe in your body, the quantum is going to respond to it. Right? Your self-concept goes from, I'm somebody who this, and this, to now I'm somebody who this, and this. I'm somebody who's always on time. I'm somebody who always has so much money. I'm somebody who always gets the best parking spot right at the front door. I'm somebody who loves to move my body and I'm in the best shape of my life. That is your self-concept now, because you've transferred this identity. You've detached from your old self and you've aligned to your new frequency. And this is where the quantum starts to be like, here you go. Here are the blessings that you know you're worthy of. You're trusting me. I'm trusting you. Here is what you want. Here is what you're desiring. And it's not going to be forceful. It's not going to be hard. It's not going to be like part of this hustle culture. It's just going to be so smooth and so easy. And I'm sure you've heard that before. If it's meant for you, it'll be easy. That's something that me and my sisters and my mom, we all say all the time. If this thing is meant for me, it will be easy. And you always can tell when something's very hard and it feels like you're forcing it. Maybe it's not meant for you. Maybe it's not meant for you at this time or ever. You got to take your losses or wins, because it could potentially be a win that you didn't know in disguise. The idea with that is just to really lean into that trust. So these bangs. So let's think about this from learning to living. Okay. And this is something that I literally just said, but like, it's about walking into that new version of yourself, right? There's so much information out there. And I think we're so privileged as people today to have this information. But I think that a lot of people have a hard time getting out of their idea of I'm so this person and realizing that you can be anybody you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. So shifting from this idea of, this is who I am to this is who I am, it's stepping into that. It's trusting, it's alignment, right? It's regulating your body. It's choosing your identity. It's detaching from your old self, and it's embodying your power. Because our brain is so powerful, our energy is so powerful, like we are so powerful. And when you lean into that and you start looking up information and you start reading the books and you start getting really aware of just how powerful we are. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about so many things on how the brain, certain people have been able to heal ailments that are been told that they can never heal them. I myself had a situation of the same where I was like, I know this can't be the situation for the rest of my life, and I'm going to heal it. And I did. So it's the brain, the body, once you get everything together and you really trust the idea that we are so powerful, it'll make so much more sense. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that this makes the quantum a little bit easier to understand, because I know when I was diving into the quantum and understanding about the quantum field and like really what it means, a lot of information out there is slightly confusing. So it's once you get to that point where things are just so simple, it's so simple that you're like, it's too simple. That's where it's like, okay, wait, it's starting to click, right? I'm going to manifest and I'm going to show in my life, everything about my life is going to show up of what I think about myself, right? Who I am is going to show up on the outside. Do I think I'm someone who's worthy of living in a beautiful home, or is my home always dirty? Is my home always messy? Am I not able to be in a position of life where, I enjoy my job, or I enjoy my relationship, or, me and my children have amazing relationships, or we go travel, whatever the situation is. You're your own limits. You're your own environment. Every single thing about you will reflect what you believe on the inside, will reflect to your life on the outside. That's the whole thing, right? Where is your limit? Where is your blockages? Where are your blockages? Because yourself, you can learn how to get over things such as really bad anxiety, such as, having some kind of addiction. These things that seem like the world is just like pushing so hard against you. Remember, if it's hard and if it's a struggle and if it's something that you have to force, it's not for you. Now, that's not to say don't try hard and don't put in work and effort. And sometimes you are going to have to work hard towards certain things, but it's different because it's when you're putting work in and it's something that you enjoy. Like when I was writing my book, I enjoyed the process of doing it. Now, it's not gotten the exact outcome that I would desire. However, that's fine because this is my journey. But my point being is that it wasn't hard. I didn't have to force myself to go sit down and write. I couldn't wait to sit down and be on my computer and be writing things out because it felt in alignment to myself. It took me a long time, and it was every single day I was excited for it. But if you're somebody who is writing a book or doing something and you're forcing yourself, maybe right now is not the time. Maybe you need to take a step back. Maybe what you're writing about isn't something that you want to write about. Whatever the situation is, there's a difference between putting the action and the hard work versus putting in force and making it something that you have to like hustle for or make happen. And I know that there's so much behind this because people are like, you got to go for it and you got to work hard. And I do believe that with certain things, but it's like this weird knowing internally that that even though it's hard, it's meant for me. Even though it's hard, it's aligned with who I want to be and who I am now and who I'm trying to align to in my best self, all the things. Not, it's so hard, I'm forcing it, I'm hating every moment of it, everything keeps coming up, it's making me feel so stressed out, I'm, losing sleep over it, all those things. That means to me that that's not in alignment and it needs to be revised. And maybe it's a small subtle shift. Maybe it's I need to take a couple months to rethink what I'm doing. Maybe it's the topic that's going on. Maybe it's the relationship isn't working because maybe I need to do this over here first and heal myself first before I get into a relationship. That's like what I mean. So remember, you can change your life. And you can get the life that you desire. You make these shifts and you understand yourself and you learn yourself and you step into this version of yourself that has all the things that you desire. And the quantum responds to that. Remember, the quantum responds to it. So if you feel like shit about yourself and you feel terrible about who you are, you're not going to get amazing things. Okay? We need to align to our best self first before we start putting out there. Because if you feel like crap, but you want this amazing life over here, this amazing relationship, but you're just like, I hate men, I hate when whatever, you're not going to align to that. You're going to start attracting people that are going to mirror back to you things that you need to reflect on and things that you need to heal. So again, I'm going off on a tangent here, but I hope you really enjoyed this series, and I have so many other things that I want to be speaking about, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button because I will have so much more information coming out. And again, like I said before, I am taking on clients for hypnotherapy, so if you are interested in getting some hypnosis on some of these blockages, I can help with so many different aspects. So I'm going to put my Instagram right here on the screen so you can DM me there if you have any questions about the quantum or you want to say hi or get some more information about hypnosis. I could do it via Zoom and we can work through some things and it'll be really great. So again, thank you so much for watching this video and I really hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to get your copy of my book. It's called Full of Yourself, A Guide to Becoming Your Most Audacious Self. And it's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble online, but I will link it in the description box below. And until next time, love yourself boldly and live audaciously.